Hey guys, how's it doing? David here with TrustThaThrust, aka Triple T. Finally got a chance to sit down and give you guys a video on who I am, what I'm all about, and what I plan on building the channel into becoming. If you'd like to join me on this journey, go ahead and hit that like button and subscribe and join the TrustThaThrust crew. I got into the Army about 2011. Back then, I was always interested in cars, planes, helicopters, firing, shooting sports, stuff like that. I started autocross back down at Fort Hood, Texas, while I was down there. At the time, I was learning how to do drones for the Army. I was learning how to actually operate in the Army in a non-training environment and just learning all about what the Army was about. While I did that for a little bit, I went to special operations for Army Aviation for about 4 or 5 years down there in Fort Campbell, Kentucky, did drones down there until I decided it was time for me to make a change in my life. I applied to be an Army warrant officer, got selected for it to become a rotor wing pilot for the Black Hawk helicopters. That transitioned me down to Fort Rucker, Alabama. I spent about 2 years learning the Black Hawk, got more into riding bikes, but at the time, the risk just wasn't worth the reward when I was trying to become a helicopter pilot and got really good at learning that helicopter. At the end of that time, I got transferred up to Fort Knox, Kentucky. Up at Fort Knox is when I really learned how to fly the helicopter with a great group of guys, 8th and 229th Attack Helicopter Battalion. And just when I was about ready to start learning how to ride bikes again, I volunteered with a deployment to Syria that was around 2020 to 2021. And that became my major focus instead of riding bikes at that time. I got back from the deployment. It was a great time. It was a medevac deployment. I had a very wonderful experience. At the time, I was deciding it was a good career step to move to the airlines. So I moved to the airlines and went down to Wichita, Kansas, and actually started doing my flight training there. After putting in the work, putting in the time and all the sacrifices, I got selected to become a first officer for Frontier Airlines. Frontier Airlines did all my training up until now, and I'm currently in Orlando flying the A320 and 321 NEOs, NCOs out of Orlando Airport. Now it's gotten to a point where I am actually able to learn how to ride a bike. So I finally started getting more serious into which bike I was gonna get, which one I wanted to own, and looking at professionally getting it done instead of just going out there and learning on my own. So there was lots of bikes that I was looking at, but ultimately I did end up going with the sport bikes. One of the main things that I am happy I did was getting those endorsements and going to the MSF course and learning how to truly ride the bike and learning the controls of the bike. Going to the MSF course built a lot of confidence in me, and it's a big reality check, because you might think you want a bike, but then you go out there and you do that MSF course in a controlled environment, and sometimes it's just too much for people. I think the MSF course is a must on finding out on if this is something you really want to do. The community in the biker group has been phenomenal, in my opinion, so far. I've met riders from all types of life, younger than me, older than me, different experience levels, and they've all been super cool. They've always been the first ones to help me when it's turning to get out of my nerves or just get better or what I should do to learn more, and they're always there to help. They're always there to protect, and it's probably one of the most protective communities that I've been in, short of the military, in a very long time. So what I want to do with this channel is I want to grow it to be a big community for riders of different experience levels, from new all the way to experience, just growing that community, going out, having a great time, getting more knowledgeable on what you want to do as a new biker or experienced biker. From Black Hawks to Airbus and out of my Kawasaki Ninja, this entire process has been about adapting, learning new skills, and trusting the process. I've mastered the skies for about 5 years, but going back into the road on 2 wheels has started me back from square one. Mastering these skills is all about what this channel is about and what I want to help you guys also do at the same time. If you're just starting out, take your time, get your gear, go out and be consistent with your riding. Every mile that you do is one more of experience you have. Ride fast, lean low, trust the thrust.